All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanan. And in this video, we've got good news and we've got bad news. The bad news is that boxing has been caught red-handed in a very public fight shown internationally throughout the world with a major boxing figure fixing a fight. This, right after Gervonta Davis had made a statement about that same person, Turki Alashiek, and people ridiculed it. But now, it seems as if we have a little bit better understanding. Let's talk about Turki Alashiek getting caught fixing a fight in Saudi Arabia on tape. Let's do that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanan, and Gervonta Davis was under a lot of pressure because he said something one time to Turki Alashiek, the head of the entertainment authority of Saudi Arabia, when he said, "If you want me to fight for you, send me 2 Ferraris." When he was asked for the explanation about a year after he said it, Gervonta said, "Well, hey, if you tell me that you want me to go over there and fight your guy, then I know that I'm going to have to knock him out to win because it's going to be stacked for him." People ridiculed what Gervonta Davis said and claimed that he meant that he didn't think he could beat him on the cards, when it was very apparent what he meant. He meant that if you go to Saudi Arabia or if you go to somebody's hometown, that there's something called home cooking. People ridiculed him. Those people should not be ridiculing him now, as Turki Alashiek blatantly did what Gervonta Davis said he was worried about with him, which was fix a fight. Before I get into the details of how Turki Alashiek blatantly fixed a fight between Carlos Adames and his fighter, Sharifa Shiraz, not even going to say his name, because the only reason that fighter is in the position that he's in is because he is the protege and favorite fighter of Turki Alashiek. So why do I say Turki Alashiek fixed the fight? My understanding is that Carlos Adames was the WBC middleweight champion. And he fought Shiraz or Hamas, whatever his name is. Hamas, I'm not going to say what his name is. I'm so upset about what I saw. In the middle of this fight, which I did boycott, by the way, you see tape of Turki Alashiek getting up out of his seat, walking around to Carlos Adames' opponent's corner and telling them very clearly, "You're down 2 points on the card." He put his hands up, 2 points, and he says, tell him. He's down 2 points on the card, tell him. That's fixing a fight. Right there. That's fixing a fight. Revealing the official scores of a fight in the middle of the fight, when those fighters are not supposed to know those scores, is fixing the outcome of a fight. The result of the fight wound up being, I believe, a split draw, in which Carlos Adames then keeps his belt. However, you could clearly see that Turki Alashiek was very emotional. He was very, very upset and very, very specifically wanting his opponent to get the belt off of Carlos Adames and beat Carlos Adames. I've been telling you for a while that Turki Alashiek is on that type of time. And I saw it before with the way he set up tournaments and who he chooses to fight who during his tournaments. You can clearly tell who he wants to get to the top. You can see it with Anthony Joshua, and when Anthony Joshua, the opponents that Turki Alashiek gave to him versus the opponents that he gave to Deontay Wilder. Clearly putting his thumb on the scale of that quote-unquote mini tournament by the way that he set the brackets. But to actually walk out and so boldly tell a fighter what the score is to the detriment of the other person, because if you know what the score is and you're down by 2 points, you may, I gotta rush, I gotta throw more punches. I have to react to what the score is, where the other fighter doesn't know the score. You know, Turkey's fighter knows the score. His opponent doesn't know the score. Now, back to Gervonta Davis saying, give me 2 Ferraris. Number one, 2 Ferraris, you got to pay for those things. I've already done videos on the conversations around some contracts flying around in boxing right now where people are getting paid in fiat currency, specifically cryptocurrencies. So number one, Gervonta says, you want to talk to me, give me something that is real, some real money. And also pay me extra if you think I'm going to go over there and get set up to lose to your fighter, because that is what Turki Alashiek said about Devin Haney. My guy, Devin Haney. Come fight my guy, Devin Haney. Well, you see what happens to Carlos Adames when Carlos Adames goes to fight his guy, Shiraz. And everybody knows that is Turki Alashiek's fighter. And it was proven by the way that he behaved. Now, why is this good for boxing again? So that you can so somebody can spend a bunch of money and manipulate it on the gambling? Now I think I understand. I understand why Turki Alashiek is willing to lose money and throw money away. This man is gambling on those fights. Why in the heck would he be so emotional about that, man? Why would he be so emotional that he's watching the scorecards for his guy is down? You think it's just because it's his friend? It doesn't matter. He is the head of a sports authority in Saudi Arabia. And that's another reason why you should be hesitant to go to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia does not have an official sports commission. They don't have an infrastructure of boxing judges. They got to bring all that over from Europe or from America to go to Saudi Arabia, which makes cheating, putting things in people's gloves, putting things in people's water, all kind of other stuff crazy. Also, please note that fight with Martin Bakole and Joseph Parker. Really? Really? I don't think that I have seen, and this is my personal opinion, I don't think that I have seen a bigger flop. People talk about Deontay Wilder hitting Malik Scott and brushing in his head and how that knockout wasn't real. Go look at that Martin Bakole comic show of a fall all over the place from a hit that brushed the top of his head. He brushed the top of his head and knocked him out. Joseph Parker, who has no punching power. I really do wonder, who bet the second round knockout on that fight? Anyway, like I said, man, I've been paying attention to boxing very, very closely for some years now. I've been a boxing fan for a long time. You guys are playing with gambling money over there in Saudi Arabia. That man, Turki Alashiek, got caught fixing a fight. So don't you ever tell me about the integrity of Turki Alashiek and how he's there for the good of boxing. Because it's not for the good of boxing to tell an opponent, to tell somebody that you like what the score is in the middle of the fight. And you're not trying to affect the outcome, you're clearly trying to affect the outcome. And if you're truly trying to affect the outcome in the middle of the fight, you're fixing the fight. Period. But no worries. All you guys go over to Saudi Arabia, trust your boxing records in your future to somebody that will jump out there and do something that boldly. And also, I hear he does other things to intimidate fighters when they're over there and when they're in the United States and when they're on the internet. The guy's a bully, cheat, and more than likely he's gambling on these fights with his personal money, because that right there looked like he absolutely had a horse in that race. And usually when people have horses in races, they're betting on their horse to win. That's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.